We did a 3 and out this week, the most overrated fighter in the UFC, and I just want to get this out of the way. It wasn't a forum to take a shot at somebody.
It wasn't? I misunderstood it. I'm sorry.
we did underrated 2 weeks ago, and we have to do overrated. It wasn't a personal thing. It's just when you look at a fighter and where they've gotten, what talent that they have and all that. We'll break it down. We'll explain there. Remember, you can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. We're going to keep saying it so you guys can find out where to go. Subscribe to it on iTunes. You can comment, rate us, review us. If you think we're terrible, tell us that. Tell us what we can do better. If you think we're awesome, that would actually brighten up my day. I don't get a lot of compliments when it comes to that, Sean. You say really bad things about me off air. So
I know the mics were on. I'm sorry, man. I'll try to clean it up. I'll clean it up on my end.
You can find us on YouTube. Just search thefullmountmma.com. Or the Full Mount MMA, at the Full Mount on Twitter, at BCoil11, at us at Sports Talk. Tweet at us. Let us know what you think. Your stuff will get on the show. Easy, no problem with that. So we'll be right back here on TFM Live, the official podcast of thefullmountmma.com.
For all your latest news and rumors of the UFC, go to thefullmountmma.com. Now back to the TFM Live podcast. Here's Brian Coyle and Sean Stanley.
Welcome back, everybody, to TFM Live, the official podcast of thefullmountmma.com. Brian Coyle and Sean Stanley here. And Sean, I teased it as we went to break. Overrated fighters in the UFC. We did a 3 and out on it. You decided on Uriah Faber. Tell me why.
Man's 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He's fighting for a title? Really? I mean, let's live on the WEC name a little longer, can we?
Oh, man. I mean, I agree with you. They made the Faber-Cruz fight because of the history between them. I don't know what Uriah Faber exactly did to deserve the title shot. To me,
I think they're throwing a shot at Dillashaw by giving him the title shot.
and Dillashaw didn't like. I wanted Cruz Mighty Mouse. That's what I wanted after Cruz beat Dillashaw.
Mm-hmm.
That obviously did not happen. And if Cruz beats Faber, I still want it to happen. Dillashaw Rafael Assunção has been rumored for 200, which I think is a great fight because we haven't seen Assunção in a while because he's been hurt. And Dillashaw can go back and kind of regain his momentum against the top 5 opponent. The problem with the bantamweight division right now is you have Aljamain Sterling, you have Thomas Almeida, you have guys like that who haven't done exactly enough to deserve a title shot.
Wait a minute. What do you mean they haven't done enough to deserve a title shot? Holly Holm got a title shot.
Well, I mean, if you reply...
What has Uriah Faber done to get a title shot? I mean, really? That's how you got to market and make talent.
They haven't beaten, Holly Holm did not deserve a title shot when she got one, obviously, but Ronda had cleared out the entire division, so it kept going down.
I think UFC has backed themselves in the corner because listen to this now. Let's just look. I know we say there's never I know you love to say that there's no chance that they win this. What if Faber wins?
Oh man,
what if Faber wins?
And now he's yeah.
I mean, the only thing that they'll do is and now you got Dillashaw fighting the Sunset at 200. What if Dillashaw loses? Their ultimate thing, I think, is this, okay? Either Dillashaw wins at 200 and then he either gets the revenge match with Faber for the title.
Or the revenge match with Cruz.
Cruz for the title. But I mean, that's what I'm guessing is what they're trying to do here.
Yeah,
but what if plans don't go awry? This is where the thing goes. Where they say fighters are not bigger than the UFC, but then they book it to where they make the fighters bigger than the UFC.
It's a very to come out. They haven't come out and explicitly say it, but from articles and from reports that we trust, that has been the mantra, and it's just so weird given the fact that your product is fighters. But
and the way you book them, I mean, again, look, WWE books WrestleMania. That's the biggest event. Yeah, there's big matches on there, but most of it is the event.
and they can predetermine the results.
No,
like,
they can
figure it out.
They can, but I think that makes this even bigger. This UFC 200, if you would have, again, I think with the way they're doing this scheduling and these fights, like almost every week there's a fight. I think you start spreading yourself thin. It was such great pay-per-views, and there are still some great pay-per-views and some great fights. But I thought every time a pay-per-view came on, it was must-see. And now there's some that goes, okay, I want to see that fight on there, but not so much that fight. But before, from top to bottom, every fight on the pay-per-view made you want to watch it because of the setup or how it was, what it could lead to. And now it just feels like, okay, they just throw a fight on there to throw a fight on there.
It's coming down to the fighters are fighting more. And that's why we have more injuries, and that's why we see all this stuff. And the schedule is getting a little grueling. So they're going to have to be careful the way they book. And with Faber, I mean, does he deserve a title shot at bantamweight? No. Is he the biggest name at bantamweight besides Dominic Cruz, or even bigger than Dominic Cruz? Yes. That's why he's in the spot he's in. Now, I wanted to get your take on my most overrated fighter. And that would be Ryan Bader. Nothing against him.
No, yeah, but I mean, I think you hit it right on, man. But go ahead.
He had a 5-fight winning streak from 2013 to 2015. He beat Anthony Peros, who's retired, Rafael Cavalcante, who was just recently released, a green Ovin St. Preux, a declining Rashad Evans, and Phil Davis, who's now in Bellator. But Phil Davis is a good fighter. So, and that was in a split decision. And this guy was being rumored as a title contender. And I'm just looking around going, does anybody else see this? Like, is this guy really deserving of a title shot? In October, when Cormier fought Gustafsson, they were talking about Bader being the guy.
Yeah, didn't he do a walk-in on one of the press conferences or something too?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Bader that did that?
Yeah. And I'm like, he's good. Who's he beating? And then he goes up against Rumble and gets the hell knocked out of him.
You know what I call that?
Bader's an All-American wrestler. He goes to the ground, Rumble stuffs it like it's nothing, punches him square in the face, ground and pound. He's done within a minute and a half. And I'm like, this guy was supposed to be a number one contender? Like, let's get real here.
I call that Faberitis because he can't step up in the big situations.
But Uriah Faber is a big name. Like, at least I get where the UFC is coming from.
No, what big fights has he won since he's gotten? Every time, if you look at his record, when it steps up in the competition lately, his record's not there, man. When you look at the losses,
well, he
go through his wins and losses. When you go through his wins and losses, okay, fine, okay, Renan Barao.
Renan Barao again, Cruz, Aldo. Like every loss that he has was either a WEC title fight or a UFC title fight, with the exception of Frankie Edgar.
But it's a step up in talent.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing you're saying with Bader. Like, he's okay against, he's good against the thing, but when he gets in there in the spotlight, then he doesn't perform.
Yeah, and then to me, it's just like I just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that like Ryan Bader's this number one contender guy. He's a good fighter. He's got to beat somebody.
The worst part about it is Uriah Faber could probably take me and put me into a pretzel quicker than I could.
Oh yeah,
I could tell him why I thought he was overrated. But that's beside the point, and that's why I'm behind the microphone.
Yeah, this is why we do this and they do that.
That's right.
We evaluate this and write and analyze and all this stuff, and that's why they fight.
Yep.
I would love to be proven wrong, but now he's got to go out and do something to make that impact in the light heavyweight division.
So far, that hasn't happened.
That's what it comes down to. And then the mysterious TFM staff, as I like to call it, wrote Vitor Belfort as his most overrated fighter, and the fact that Belfort with the testosterone replacement therapy and all this stuff, and he was the Phenom before, and that one I understand because he's ranked very high in the middleweight division right now.
Yeah.
Number 3. And ahead of a guy like Whitaker, ahead of Bisping. Lyoto Machida's dropping like a fly after the positive PED test. Tim Kennedy, I'd love to see him fight again. Like, it's been a while. It feels like since Tim Kennedy fought.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? How long has it been since he fought last?
I'm looking it up right now. Because the last time he fought was September of 2014. Wow. That was against Yoel Romero when he got knocked out.
Okay.
So, in the middleweight division, I guess where Vitor is kind of where he belongs. But
isn't that on name?
Weidman, what?
That's more on name, right?
Yeah.
Not out
Weidman
of performance lately.
Tore him up in that title fight.
Yep.
Like, easy. With the exception of that, like, 2 punches he got in, and all of a sudden Weidman swarmed him. And when you look at the guys he's beaten, he did beat Bisping back in 2013, but 2013. He beat Rockhold 2013. Okay. He beat Henderson 2013. And then didn't fight for a while because of the TRT and all this stuff. And he beat Dan Henderson again. And Dan Henderson, as much as we love him, probably shouldn't be fighting anymore against elite level talent, or maybe at this point
any talent.
He gets Jacare Souza next week. If the Gator comes and slams shut on Vitor Belfort, we got our answer on what kind of fighter he is. But if he beats Jacare, then I think we got a whole new ball game with him. I don't think he will, but
yeah, you said that about somebody else before too.
I've said that about a lot of things, and this is the worst thing about actually recording what we talk about, because it comes back to bite me. You know what?
Yes.
Way too many times. But those are our overrated fighters. If you have somebody that you think is overrated, you can tweet at us at The Full Amount. You can comment on the YouTube. This will be up as a YouTube video, so comment below on what you think is the most overrated fighter. If you are a big Ryan Bader fan, you're a big Uriah Faber fan, Vitor Belfort fan, tell us why we're wrong. If you're Uriah Faber or Ryan Bader or Vitor Belfort, please tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah,
We'd
please
love to
tell
have
us
you on the show to talk about it.
Tell us why we're wrong. Don't show us, just tell us.
Yes. Wait, I feel like that's backwards. I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, don't show us like to us. Just if you go in the octagon and show us, that's fine. Don't take it out on us. All right.
It's all right. We'll get it right eventually.